All right, it is currently 2:34 a.m. and I cannot sleep, so I'm doing a reacts video. And today we have one secret Trump voter versus 6 Democrats. Pretty fitting since the election just happened not too long ago. So
Do you ever look at someone and wonder what is going on inside their head?
yeah, this should be a fun one. I'm sleep deprived, but I also can't fall asleep. So now I'm making a video. I just can't shut my brain off sometimes. Let's get into it.
I'm a Democrat.
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 I'm a Democrat. Okay, so why don't we introduce ourselves? I'll go first. My name's Angel.
I'm Anthony.
I'm Kevin.
I'm Christina.
Angel with the devil ears or ears, horns. Interesting.
I'm Brock.
I'm Zakia.
Steven.
Cool. So where's everybody from?
I'm originally from the Bronx, but I live here in LA now.
I live here in the Los Angeles area.
Quick question: is that a guy or a girl? I'm not. Like, I'm serious. I have no idea. I'm gonna go girl.
I'm from Guatemala. I don't know if you guys can hear from my accent, but I live in LA.
I'm from Ohio, but I live in LA.
I'm here, born and raised.
All right, from Florida, Winter Haven, but I live in West Hollywood now.
Originally from Texas, but I've lived here in California now most of my life.
Steven, when he said he was from Texas, it seemed a little suspicious.
Really quickly, do you guys have, like, what positions are you most passionate about?
LGBT rights, immigration, like things like that. So.
Disabilities. So I have 2 children. Each have a different disability. So for me, that's a huge cause.
I think employee rights, LGBT rights for me as well.
Oh, yeah, definitely the same. I would say employee rights, LGBT rights, incarceration issues.
How many of us are queer? Can you raise your hand? Is that okay with raising your hand?
Were you expecting that guy to raise his hand? I fucking wasn't. LA's a crazy place. That's all I'm gonna say.
It's a safe space. We can be queer. It's okay.
What about important issues for you two?
The environment, for sure, LGBT rights, and just women's rights in general.
You know, maybe Christina's the one throwing us off with this rainbow top and be incognito.
I think she was too quiet, to be honest. She was just waiting for everybody to vote each other out and kind of leave her to the side. For me, it's immigration. As you guys, I came here illegally, so another thing, I'm an HR manager, so for me, diversity and inclusion is a lot.
So you said that you came over like through the process and stuff. How do you feel about people who didn't?
Look, the sun shines for everybody, so you gotta do what you gotta do, you know?
He almost fucking ratted himself out like that. That's a Republican 100%. He almost sat there and was like, I hate it. I hate every second of these illegals coming over here without going through the right process and all that. He caught himself. But I saw through it. That's the Republican 100%.
True.
What's best for you?
Okay. That was like the answer I wanted to hear, and I was praying you'd say. I was just like, please.
For me, it's like clean energy and increasing funding for scientific research.
I'm also not gonna put in my own like personal beliefs and all that, because like this video is already controversial enough without me adding to it too. So I'm just gonna leave it as it is.
No, where do you guys consume your news? Like, where do you find out what's going on politically?
I watch Hassan a lot.
I love him.
I love Hassan mostly because I'm attracted to him.
Me too.
Please react to this.
Mine's just Apple, because I have my phone and I check news sources regularly, so it's whatever comes across the feed.
Like Fox News?
They have it sometimes, but it's mostly like Vox, Atlantic.
If it's not in your algorithm, it won't come up. So I think that definitely solidified it to me that it was Steven.
It's all over the spectrum pretty much. So I try to get a good sampling, and because I know the truth is somewhere in the middle of that.
Okay.
I like when he was young.
There's some sharp questions. I was like, oh my God.
My handwriting's really ugly. I'm sorry.
I think he was overdoing it. And when you're coming to a show where there's 5 other Democrats, there's no need to prove that point.
Definitely.
I was a he.
You wouldn't hit a woman. That's a woman?
You know, middle-aged white guy. Whether he is or isn't, it just makes sense to sort of eliminate someone that instantly raises suspicions.
She immediately said Fox News. Like, if you're a Republican, you're immediately going to go there.
I feel like I voted for Christina because she just seemed like kind of not as loud as everyone else.
I voted for Christina not because I suspected her, but I just needed somebody to vote out first.
That's crazy.
What?
I am appalled. I feel like it's pretty obvious it's not me. I literally have blue hair. I think it's because they thought it was too obvious, so maybe I should have worn a different top.
Can I ask if you didn't vote for Christina, who did y'all vote for?
Yeah, I voted for Steven.
I voted for you.
Wow.
Okay.
Hey, I'm not trying to say anything, but I swear to God, Democrats will literally pay you to start a fight with them. I swear.
As soon as news hit, you immediately went to Fox News. That's
Yeah, well,
why I
because
voted for
I'm
you.
trying to catch a Republican. And you said yes, so I don't know.
Well,
I'm
that's
kind
what
of
I don't
thinking.
control what comes across Apple. Like it's all sorts of news stations.
Feels
So
defensive. Plus algorithms, I don't know. But, you know, we still have time to ask more questions. Like, how would you
Fox.
define woke culture?
yeah, that's a tricky one because now it's become just like everything else. It's become politicized. It's become so divisive, which is how our nation is right now. Which is why we're in the mess we're in right now.
And then how would you define yourself?
Yeah, I think in this country we're just so obsessed with putting people into labels and boxes.
That's this game, but okay.
No, I mean,
I'll get out for you. I'll get out for you. It's
What about
fine.
for
But
you?
there are other people.
What's
Yeah.
woke culture mean to
To
you?
me, woke culture means understanding what the issues are, being well informed about those issues, and being able to talk about them in a way that doesn't like polarize people, but just saying like this is what it is, right? Like it's facts, you know, about slavery. It's facts about all these things. So
I just want to say, like, you're not suspicious to me. Like, I was just like, I do it right, like, I'm just not.
It's like
suspicious
queer
of
black
you.
person mask presenting.
Which could be like to throw us off, but like I don't think it is. I'm
Right,
like-
I'm looking at you two right here. Like, what's the twist?
Listen, I only know of one conservative drag queen. She's literally was in a different video, and I'm not her because I'm pretty. So
Oh, shade. Where do each of us work? Like, what do you do for a living?
I'm an HR manager.
I'm an employment attorney for employees.
Oh, okay. So we
Yeah.
I
we're in the
profess.
same boat.
what is it,
I profess.
Professor?
Yeah.
Oh,
Nice.
Of what?
Finance, real estate, and law. I'm in
Oh,
business school.
okay. So we got smart people here.
Looking more suspicious.
There's a lot of us that
gonna
are
say
no.
it.
There's a lot of us that are Democrats. Through that
Drag
process.
queen, content creator. Yeah.
Chef, restaurant manager.
Oh.
Ooh.
I thought, oh, he's a restaurant owner. If you're a business owner, you're probably more likely to be a Republican, in a lot of contexts.
What do you care about beyond environmentalism? Like, I feel like environmentalism is something like a lot of people could come together for.
Yeah, apart from clean energy and environmental, also diversity, you know.
Ice in the veins? What was that?
Let's get down to the nitty gritty with a real question. How do you feel about trans people, all of you?
Oh, I love trans people. I got like many trans friends. Like I sound like that guy who's like, I got black friends.
Trans people.
For me, to be honest, like I said, the sun shines for everybody. You gotta do what you gotta do to survive in this country. So whether you're accepted by some or not accepted by others, look, as long as you have a roof over your head, you have food to eat, you're surviving. I think that's the most important thing to me.
Wow.
So for me, it's very important that you accept the people for who they are. Diversity is one thing, but inclusion is another thing. You gotta include them.
I asked about trans people, and he's like, well, they can just live their lives. I was like, he completely dodged the question.
I mean, you live your life. Like we are who we are. We can't change who we are. I don't very have many trans friends, but like I've been around gay people. Like I've talked to them. Like
Well, there's a
we have
difference
good
between
time.
gay people and trans people.
Oh no, I'm very much aware.
Yeah.
I just mean like in terms of like the whole LGBTQ sphere.
All right, so for me, it's part of my existence of sort of
Yeah.
my community, but it's also part of my work. I'm an employment attorney, and so I have a lot of clients that are LGBTQ that have been discriminated against at work. I represent them. I make sure they get what they deserve to the best of my ability. So to me, it's through and through.
Yeah.
Dude, he's trying his ass off. You hear that shit? Hell yeah. Preach. Bro, it's him. It's him, I'm telling you. Also, if you're putting the fact that they're anything but straight into the fact of whether you're gonna hire this person, that is discriminating yourself. You're hiring someone. You should not be thinking about, well, are you straight? Because if you're straight, I don't think we could hire you. I'm just saying, like, that just makes no sense. You're hiring someone for their skills, literally not anything else.
So we have
It's ridiculous.
30
It's like a
seconds,
problem that you
so-
could fix, but nobody's actually putting in the work to get it done. Sorry.
The second he started talking about the sunshine, I knew. I just wasn't buying it. Sorry about it.
Stephen felt like an easy vote. I was still on the fence about Anthony and Kevin.
I voted for Zakia because, you know, being from Florida, Florida's a red state. I just didn't know if I could really believe everything that they were saying.
We've tallied the votes, and the results are a tie.
Wow. Okay.
Between Stephen and Zakia.
Imagine
You
that.
will each have 40 seconds to make your case to the group.
Yeah, so I am not the Republican, I am a Democrat. In terms of LGBTQ, which came up a whole lot, I live with a trans person. My daughter is a lesbian. My wife is Demi. I was totally truthful when it came to social mobility. It's very important to me as a college professor. And yeah, that's basically it.
Well, I'm certainly not the Republican. I grew up in Florida, where I was oppressed because I was queer and black, and we didn't have a lot of money. I moved to California because I was like, I want to have my rights respected, and I also love the beach. I actually
Love the beach. There's beaches in Florida, if you didn't know.
ran for political office in West Hollywood a couple years back. Very progressive city, and so I literally live, eat, and breathe, you know, protecting the rights of like democratic queer people. So it's not me.
It's neither of them. Very obviously neither of them, especially after that speech of him saying like he's literally surrounded with like gay people and shit. I'm not trying to say something, but they're literally targeting the only white person left. That's not him.
Another tie.
Oh my God.
Okay.
What happens?
You need to convince each other to budge.
Oh my God, this is.
So we get to vote.
Okay.
So who voted for who? I voted for Steven because I really don't think it's her.
I voted for Stephen, but I don't think it's either.
I don't think it's either of them.
Yeah.
At least they're realizing that they all of them messed up horribly. It is neither of them by a mile.
I think it's one of you. I do.
Yeah, I think the same.
Yeah.
I agree. I think it's one of the four that's right here. But I voted for Zakia. Just being an attorney, you know, kind of gave me the vibes. I feel like Stephen's also too obvious.
I voted for Zakia. I mean, she came from Florida. She said she wants to be at the beach. I'm like, there's, I think, better beaches in Florida. She's an attorney. I mean, if you look at our financials, our income per group, I don't think either us immigrants or LGBT are there financially to say, hey, you know, I'm a professor. Let's see what happens. You know?
Point who you guys want to choose.
I can't believe it. I mean, queer black person in America, not that it's impossible, but it feels impossible that I would be a Republican when all of my rights are literally on the line and being erased as we speak. So
But convincing that people give themselves that slavery and shit like that's gonna come back. I might wake up a slave. When Trump does become president again, when he gets back into office, it's insane.
Do you want to continue playing the game?
I have doubts.
All right. It's unanimous.
I want to know more about this middle area here because
I feel like we could have possibly already gotten them all partially, I kind of feel, but then I feel like...
Honestly,
then
I don't
my-
think
we didn't.
Oh, no?
Unless
If
we
I'm
were
being
lucky the
honest,
first
I
round.
still have my doubts. I think I judged a little
If
prematurely.
I'm being honest, I think it is one of you two. One, there's been a larger shift towards black voters voting for Trump.
Oh, wow.
And that's the
I
only
still
reason
don't
why
understand.
I suspect you,
That's
just because it's
terrible.
not me. The other reason is that there's also been like immigrants like coming into this country and then switching over to voting for Trump.
Yes.
That was my concern.
But I don't think
Yeah.
it's anything that
Also
you guys
doesn't make
said.
any
It's
sense,
just
yeah.
because what's happening around
And it was
us.
just like the sunshine.
If it's nothing that they said and your whole damn thing is to not judge people on the way they look or how they want to present themselves, is it not being a little hypocritical here?
Okay, I can tell you my story. I came here illegally when I was 15. Across the desert, took me 2 days. People don't believe me, but I tell them, look, go to the Children's Hospital in LA, October 22nd, you'll see my records there. And this is why I'm in HR. Now I'm in charge of helping other people create that culture. Like, if you come in, you're somebody. you know, not just because of your past or what you went through. So that type of thing, that's why immigration is something that I love.
Whenever he was saying, oh, you can go here and find my records, and like, I thought that was over the top.
Talking about immigration, that could go either way because Biden, we all know, has done a lot of deportations himself and the Obama administration as well. So I just felt like it's not go around and just say how we feel about Trump. I feel like we haven't even talked about that.
I'll be very honest, you're not gonna like my answer to this. So Trump is the president that none of us want,
Right.
but he's the president that we deserve, and here's why. Here's why. No, I'm serious, here's why. Because we are so politically divisive.
Hold on.
If we don't get back as a country to compromise and bipartisanship, Trump's just the beginning. It's gonna get worse and worse and worse.
Right.
I'll answer second since you guys think that it's me, but it's definitely not. I cut off family members, my own mom, for voting for Trump. Trump is the worst thing for America today, and that's what I'm worried about is today.
To be honest, I don't like the things that he said about people. Him calling all of Hispanics, let's put it Hispanics, rapists and all their things, it's not true. I'm part of that. And he's just lying about me, he's lying about my family, and lying to other people. So that's something we don't want to be perceived as, you know?
By the way, I just want to put that out there, I'm Latina. Like,
Oh, okay.
I'm not white.
Okay.
But as far as how I feel about Trump, I think he's going to win. I definitely think he's going to win, unfortunately, because our old man is barely kicking. And stop electing old people.
Yeah, our party needs to
People
get it
asking my
together.
ages, yes.
I think my biggest point against Trump is that he made it okay to hate. Sure, the racism was there, it was hidden, but when he comes out and he starts saying all these things like, you know, rapists coming into the country and
Look, I don't judge people for being a Republican. Well, maybe a little, but I would judge them worse if they didn't have the Nectar app.
Dude, what are these ads?
I voted
Just
for Brock
trappy.
because he had slipped up and said a comment about black people voting for Trump. Is that, you voting?
My strategy coming in was that the Trump supporter talks a lot. Anthony just really couldn't stop talking, so.
We have tallied up the votes, and the result is another tiebreaker.
Oh my gosh.
The tiebreaker is between Brock and Anthony.
Oh, gag.
You got 40 seconds to make your case for why they shouldn't
said
vote for
gag.
you, and then we'll do a revote.
So, I'm gay as I work with BLM. I know Republicans would never do that. I organize for Palestine. I grew up in a really large family. I'm all about sharing. I'm all about diversity, communication. I work in a cuisine that's outside my culture, my race. So I had to dive in. I had to study this cuisine. So,
All right, let's talk about race. My family came to this country on ships and in chains. And we have worked to get to the point where I can stand before you today as an engineer and somebody who's achieved a lot in this life that people way generations before me would never have dreamed possible. I've seen a lot of talk from the Republican Party about how we shouldn't be talking about race in schools and just the erasure of the pain and the suffering that my predecessors have gone through. But there are other things that I feel strongly about as well, but this is my one thing. Really?
you guys speak fast.
All right.
Yeah, I'm cooked.
Please
Expected as
exit
much.
the square, Brock.
I brought up the black conservative issue as a very risky strategy, mind you, and I think that came to bite me in the butt.
And then there were 4.
Please raise your hand if you want to continue playing the game. Okay, now you got to convince each other. I'll give you 30 seconds to convince each other.
Who are people still suspicious of? Like, just right off the bat.
I'm suspicious of you two.
They started sussing me? Are you kidding?
I'm suspicious of being an
say it.
an immigrant, right? A lot of immigrants do vote for Trump, but they do vote for conservative, like a tendency, right? So I would say it's down between you two in my head, but then I'm kind of thinking
That's time. That's the thing.
oh, I got the whole thing. Sorry,
All
guys.
right, you got to revote.
Anthony talks too much, and everyone needs to know that.
I talk too much.
Uh-huh.
Dude, if they vote this guy out just because he blabs 24/7 and doesn't shut up, I will laugh my ass off.
So the majority has decided to stop playing the game. If the lights turn green, you have successfully voted the mole out and you win. If the lights turn red, that means the mole is still in the box and you lose. Here we go.
I knew it. I knew it. I was the only one who voted to continue the game.
When I count to 3, can the mole please step forward? 1, 2, 3.
All right, so my camera died literally as soon as they were doing the reveal, but it is the Mexican, very obviously. As soon as he was saying that he came to the United States with papers legally, really making sure people understand he came legally, not illegally, of course he's gonna vote for Trump, man. Of course, 100%. Anyways, that's it for me, and if you're still watching, put it in the comment below how you would dress to show off as a Democrat. How would a Democrat dress? How would you dress to this set? Yeah, we'll see you next time.